Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Again, the beautiful reminder of choice that we all have. Remember, the power is inside. It's in how you're going to think in every moment of your life. See, that's where it's at. Enter the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of thought, and choose to shift how you're thinking. Now, really sit in that for just a moment. You hear us talk about this a lot. Here's a moment. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. See, there's a lot of moments in your life. You don't have to wait till tomorrow, the next day. You don't have to give yourself a few moments to cool. No, you can decide right here, right now, wherever you are with whatever you've got to shift how you're thinking. And remember, through that shift in how you're thinking, you'll be led to a completely different vibratory state. And that vibratory state is the attractive force in your life. It determines what you're attracted to, what's attracted to you, what you're repelled by, and what's repelled by you. See, it's all literally in your hands. It's about you and your inner world. You've heard us talk about this many times too, as well. As within, so without. Change the within, you change the without. That's where it's at. And this is what we're wanting you to understand. This is what I worked on in my life. And this is what Dolly has worked on in her life. And this is what we are working on together in our lives to help you to understand. This is why we have this container. This is why we have Elevitality, why Elevitality was created. This is why we wrote this book. This is why we put into play Emergence. It's to help you to understand who you are, how your mind works, and what's really in the way, which is not you, it's the program. You could change the program. Let's all say that. It's not me, it's the program. And I can change the program. Yes, it's not me, it's the program. What's in the way is not you, has never been you. It's the program running in you. You are not your program. Your program is your beliefs, your habits. You can change that. And if your mind's open, you're willing to reevaluate and to apply the information, oh my God, you can do so much for you in your life and for others who are with you. So use what we're talking about. Don't just sit here idly and collect it. No, apply it practically. All right, so what have we been studying? We've been studying this beautiful gem here, The Secret of the Ages. If you don't have a copy of this, make sure you do get a copy of it. And yes, read it. Yes, study it. Yes, underline it. Yes, highlight it. Yes, even memorize it. But more importantly, beyond all of that, apply it practically in your life. Use it. Let's all type that in the comments. I've got to use it. I've got to use it. Yes, you've got to use it. All right, here we go. I've got to use it. You've got to use it. All right, so let's go into where we left off in this beautiful gem. You guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom. All right. All right, so the page that we're on is, let's go here to where that is here on the screen. The page that we're on is page 190. 190. Now, remember, this has to do with you changing the results of your life. The way you change the outside is dealing with the inside, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of thought. Now, what does he say here? Beautifully, I should say. He says, there is no kind of work that cannot be bettered by thought. There is no method that cannot be improved by thought. So give generously to your thought. Give generously of your thought to your work. Think every minute that you are at it. Is there some way in which this can be done easier, quicker, better? Now, again, remember, we went over this before, but this is so important to go over because of how important this is. This is a wonderful question for you to connect with. Let's all type this in the comments. There's always a better way. Type it in. There's always a better way. And there's a better way than that. And 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 a better way than that. You and I, no one will ever see the best way to do anything. Think of making movies or running a business or doing art or playing an instrument or solving a problem. Our awareness is always increasing. Think about now, today, here at this very moment, how we're able to do things much quicker than not too long ago, just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And there were lots of people back then said, oh my God, there's nothing better than this. And yet the better way keeps getting shown. Now, again, really sit in that when it comes to you delivering a change in your life. If you had within you that pattern of always asking, wait a minute, is there some better way in which this could be done easier, quicker, better? What kind of ideas do you think will come to you? Ideas that are in harmony with that. Remember, you think from your ideas. When you are asking this question, you are locked into the idea that there's a better way. And when you are emotionally connected to it, guess what will come to you? The better way. Now, here he says, read in your spare time everything that relates to your own work or to the job ahead of you. In these days of magazines, books, and libraries, few are the occupations that are not thoroughly covered in some good work. Remember Lorimer's letters of a self-made merchant to his son, the young fellow that old Gorgon Graham hired against his better judgment and put in the barrel gang, just get rid of him quickly. Before the month was out, the young fellow had thought himself out of that job by persuading the boss to get a machine that did the work at half the cost and with a third of the gang. He found a better way. Graham just had to raise his pay and put him higher up, but he wouldn't stay put. No matter what the job, he always found some way it could be done better and with fewer people until he reached the top of the ladder. Now, there are many people who say, oh, that was cruel. You put people out of a job. No, what happened was there was a shift in awareness, which led to other jobs, which needed a higher level of awareness to do. I don't know if any of you have heard this story about the electric screwdriver. Did you know that the tradesmen of the time, the laborers, the people who were building things, were hugely against the electric screwdriver? They said, it's going to take away our jobs. They labor, the labor unions, they went heavily against allowing that to happen. Now think about that. Think about that mentality. Now, there's not a single carpenter, there's not a single laborer who builds things who doesn't have a freaking electric screwdriver right now. It actually made it a lot easier to do the job that they were doing. Now, this is important because this is where you have to step in when it comes to your life and how you're going to think. Remember, it's the learners who inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped for a world that no longer exists. There's still today a lot of people who are resistant to AI because they think it's going to take away jobs. No, it's not. Well, it's going to take away some of the current jobs. That's true. But guess what? That's okay because there's going to be new jobs created because there's still going to be a need that needs to be filled. Remember, change, when a lot of change happens, that means there's lots of opportunity. Why? Because there's a huge need to adapt to the changes. With that being said, when it comes to all of this, why is it all happen? You know why? Because of what he's talking about. There's always a better way. There's always going to be a better way than that, a better way than that, a better way than that. See, this is where you have to decide to lock into that and connect to that idea. Remember, you think from your ideas. This all tied up in the comments. I think from my ideas. You think from your ideas.